Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. Are you a badass bitch that don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch? I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do.
Hey yo, P, do that freaky jam on the beat. Shitty with that butter shit, that bone beat. Did you dip it, did you double dip that song thing? Flicky with some butter shit, that bone thing. If you cheeky, the check, I get her own cheese. There's a chicken with that.
Hi, Hoochies, and welcome for episode 1. That's right, numero uno for Hoochies Found Mics, aka Hoochies FM. I am your co-host, Ash.
And I'm Shay.
And she's Shay.
And she's Ash.
And we want to just go ahead and say thank you and welcome to the very first episode of the podcast. Everybody's excited. Applause noise. Oh my goodness. But first we want to go ahead and just say thank you guys all for your support, for everybody who has been just rocking with us, everybody who has essentially followed us, checked our videos out. We really appreciate you guys. So just want to go ahead and say thank you, Hoochies, for that.
Yes, we've been so excited to finally start making episodes. And can't wait to see what you guys think about it.
Yeah, seriously. Also, with that being said, I know that we a lot of the time refer to the Hoochies, aka the ladies, but, you know, we might have come up with a cute little name for the fellas, if you ask us.
Yes, so the other day, if you did watch our Valentine's Day video, we did refer to the men as the Hooligans. And we thought it would be cute that even though technically we were addressing everyone with the Hoochies, that the men deserve a little, fun term of their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Hoochies and Hooligans.
The Hoochies and the Hooligans. I think that sounds like an awesome name. And if you guys disagree, you can file a complaint. Send it to HR.
Leave a comment if you disagree.
Right. So that way we can find you. And fight you. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, well, without further ado, we have a lot of fun things actually for this episode, funny enough. But we thought it would be a really good idea if you guys got to know a little bit more about Shay and myself. So we actually have a little game. Let me pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, so since Valentine's has just passed, we are doing a little get to know us.
Almost like a speed date kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But you're on a speed date with the two baddest bitches.
Right. With the Hoochies.
You're on the speed date with the Hoochies. So let's see. So we are actually we're going to play this game called We're Not Really Strangers. And Shay and I are going to answer these questions. We also, though, have questions from this list that I feel like I've gathered for eons now called Preguntas. And we're going to pull some questions from there as well. And essentially, you guys get to know a little bit more about the Hoochies for once.
I'm so excited to see what questions are on this list. Because this is like your stash, right?
Yeah, this is like my own personal stash of questions that I just keep for random strangers that I happen to pass on the street. If I'm talking to anybody, I'm like, hey, you want to answer these questions randomly? So, yeah, that is kind of like my personal stash.
Okay, cool.
I really do ask people. This is, by the way, I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm being so dead ass. Okay.
I love asking strangers, random questions.
Me
but,
too.
I don't have, questions, actual questions.
You need to get a list. I'm telling you, it just makes it so much easier to ambush strangers with your questions. I cannot wait till we do street interviews because I think I'm going to go crazy.
It's going to be perfect. That's going to be your element for sure.
For sure. I'm going to arise like a phoenix. I'm going to soar in the sky. This is what I'm made. That's what I'm made for, I'm like, yes, let's ask these random strangers questions and make them uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I am so introverted and I don't talk. If I go to a party, I'm kind of introverted, but if I'm on the street and I just start chatting up a stranger, I feel like I'm in my element for some reason.
Me too. It just makes it allows me to be so confident.
Yeah, the stakes are so low.
Because what are they going to do? Follow you home?
Possibly.
Hopefully not. Call the police. Call
There's
the boys.
the maniac right
There
there.
is the maniac. Officers, arrest him. There's the maniac, please. Yeah. Hopefully nobody follows us home, but I agree with you. I don't know what it is. I just feel like after the conversation, we both walk away, and now you have a story about how some random cute girl came up to you on the street and started asking you random questions. Like, I feel like that's great to go back and tell the homies, you know? I don't know. Maybe.
Don't start doubting
Maybe,
yourself.
possibly. Okay, all right. Let's see here.
They go home to their homies and they're like, I'm this weird girl.
Like, this random girl walked up to me. I asked if she was okay, and she just started asking me questions. Okay. All right. Ooh. I think I'm going to ask this question. I think this is a good one to start off
You're the
with.
question queen, so.
Okay, cute. Purr. All right. What do all your best friends have in common?
Oh my goodness. I'm glad you asked.
Great
Because
question.
all of my best friends are bad bitches. And I did not do this on purpose. It's just something that happened naturally. And I think it's such a flex because it's not just the outside. It's literally their soul as well. And their personalities are just so radiant in so many different ways.
So they have, like, bad bitch souls. I like that.
And I feel like all of my friends are very creative, and they're like either like some type, they're doing something creative, whether that be like physical art or like music or just being like this, how do I say, like just this big like entity of like themselves.
Do you feel like the traits that you admire the most in your friends are also traits that you possess as well?
That's an interesting question. I have never thought about that.
Because honestly, for
I
me-
feel like that one meme where it's like every podcast host ever, and it's like, that's an interesting question.
they're like, Honestly, though, because when I think about it, I think all my friends are reflections of me. And I think I feel that way now because I really, like, love myself.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't before, but, like, now I've, like, really grown into loving myself. And I've learned that, like, I love my friends so much because small parts of them I resonate with. And it's, like, the parts of myself that I love so much. So it, like, makes it so easy for me to, like, double love all my friends because it's, like, we share this trait, but at the same time, this is the trait. This is, like, a trait that we both share, but you present it in your way.
Yeah.
And I present it in my way, and it, like, meshes well. You know?
Yeah, I definitely believe that like your friends are a reflection of you 100%.
Oh, for sure.
And that's why like the past couple years I've been very like strategic on who I spend my time with and who I stop spending my time with. But yeah, I've never really thought about like specific traits like that.
Okay.
But I think all of my friends like have that hunger to just keep being better than they were yesterday. And it's like that's something that's very how do I say that? How do I say that?
Admirable.
Admirable. That's something that's very admirable.
You
I can't say that word.
You got it.
Cut
You
it.
just have to say it with
Cut
confidence.
that out.
You just have to say no. We're not doing this post edit. You have to just say it with confidence.
Admirable.
Admirable.
Okay. Yes, that is something that I think is very admirable in somebody, and something that I think that's very attractive in somebody. It's like no matter like what it is that they just like do what they want to do what they need to do. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people are lazy and don't want to do anything with their lives.
That reminds me of that Kim K video that went viral.
Oh my
and
gosh.
she's like, people are fucking lazy.
Nobody wants to work.
Nobody wants to work. It's
Yeah.
like, Kim.
Right. But it's not cool to be lazy with your soul,
Oh, okay.
is what I'm trying to say.
Deep.
Yeah.
That is deep. I agree with you.
Because if you're not working on yourself, how are we going to grow our friendship?
You know, and that's one of the traits I feel like my friends have, where we're all in our own growth process right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes it so much easier that because we're all growing in our own paths, we can essentially like support each other's growth and like all grow together, even though we're not growing in the same pace, even though we're not growing like in the same realm or space or industry, we can still support each other's growth because we're essentially going through the same thing, just on a different walking path.
Yeah.
And I really love that about all my friends. Like, I really feel like in their own ways, big or small, I feel like we all essentially like are growing.
I think we all sing.
You think we all sing?
I think we all sing. No, I was just referencing that Victoria
Oh my
Justice
God, not the Victoria Justice.
Because you're like, I think we all.
The one where they're looking at her and they're like,
yeah.
oh, that's the question. They're like, who sings the most, right?
Yeah.
And they're talking about Ariana, and she's like,
everyone's like
I think we all
Ariana,
sing.
and Ariana's like me.
She's like,
I think
we all sing. Oh, that's so crazy how her career got ruined.
Bro, it's not fair.
It's so unfair.
Nickelodeon set Victoria Justice up. Like, side note, this is going to be a tangent. Nickelodeon set Victoria Justice up for failure because they casted Liz Gillies and Ariana Grande, two Broadway superstars, to star in a show with her when she's supposed to be the like main breakout singer, and then they had them sing in the show, and that was just.
Don't forget about Leon Thomas either.
Exactly.
Another superstar.
Yes, the whole cast is talented, but those three, crazy.
Heavy hitters.
And then I feel like they made Tori the bad guy in the show, and they kept leaning into it. Like when,
yeah, I didn't like that for season 2.
Yeah, when she was like kind of like flirting with Beck so much, and then when Kat started dating Tori's ex, and then like she kissed him. That was like when she became evil in the show, in my opinion. I was like, wow.
And that's how everybody, because that's how I remember it too. I'm like, yeah, Tori was so annoying. And then like she didn't really show up that much like at the end of season 2, I felt like.
Yeah, because everyone else liked Kat and Jade the most, so they gave them more screen time like towards the end of the show.
Didn't it like kind of end abruptly too?
Yeah, apparently the creators
That's
said,
the whole tour thing?
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember seeing that on Twitter, and I was like...
Yeah, that Ariana Grande
I said,
was trying
Ari?
to air out some stuff.
Yeah, and I thought it was crazy how she basically was like, guys, I'm not talking about, like, Victoria. And I'm like, okay, girl, because 2 + 2 is 4.
Right.
And, like, we know you're talking about her.
I think it's just unfortunate, because she hasn't bounced back.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy.
She was trying to come out with music, like, last year, and it wasn't getting much traction.
But she's not that great of a singer.
I think she sings fine.
I think she sings okay. Well, I didn't really like her because of what she did to my girl on Zoe 101.
Oh, my goodness.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
That's what I'm telling. Like,
where she switched up on her?
Yes. That's
and
like
started being close with Jamie.
Mm-hmm. That's one of my, like, biggest fears for, like my child. I'm not going to say her name, but if you know, you know. Mm-hmm. But, like, my daughter is 4, and I feel like she's trying to, like, find discernment in, like, friends and stuff. Right. And so, like, because somebody plays with her, she's like, they're my best friend. And I'm like, I feel so bad because I have to set her for, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to try to keep her realistic, even though I know she's 4 and she's a child. Like, she's going to have that. I still try to keep it realistic with her where I'm just like, okay, but what does she do to make her your best friend? Or, you know, like, do you have to promise this person something for them to be your best friend? Or are they actually genuinely your friend? Right. And, like, I'm so worried about my daughter going through girlhood and, like, having a different experience than I did. Because I will say, I think I got very blessed with my ability to make friends. And good friends at that for the most part. Like, I can count on my one hand how many bad friends I've had.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I really want my daughter to have that because, like you said, like, your friends are a reflection of you. And I hate reading the horror stories about, like,
people's
girls
friends
who set up other girls.
Yes.
That shit makes me so
I saw something the
sick.
other day that was like this. I don't know how old the girl was. I think she was like 10 or something. And it, like, she's older now, and she was recounting a story where, like, she went to a sleepover, and like the girl's house that it was telling her, like, oh, like, there's too many people here at the sleepover, so someone has to go home. And, like, she just kept saying that. And the girl telling the story was like, yeah, she assumed that like one of the other girls were gonna go home that like stayed the night before, so it's like she wasn't didn't think anything of it, and then like she said everyone like was looking at her.
That makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I hate
it.
that.
Made me like want to cry.
See, and that's why, and I don't know if it's like a control thing for me or not, but that's why when my daughter comes of age, like I truly pray that like me and my husband, whenever I find him, but when I have a husband and stuff, like I pray that our house is so fucking souped up that like we just host all the shit. Like,
oh yeah,
sleepover, we're going to this house because her house is dope as fuck.
On sleepovers.
Are you?
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like I don't want them to hate me because you know, sometimes your kid can resent you. Be like, why can't I go to their house? Okay, well, we don't know how people really are.
Yeah. My mom didn't let me sleep over at almost anybody's house except for my cousins.
Yeah.
And like my friends, but most of the time they came to me because growing up, all my friends, you know, we all lived in like the hood. So, you know, it wasn't often where I'm like going to the project buildings to sleep. Nothing against my friends. It's just, you know, like that's not a environment where you could really have like a sleepover.
Right.
So I would tell my friend, I feel like all my friends growing up, like all my childhood friends, they knew my house so well because I'd be like, come on over. Like, let's go hang out on the porch or something, you know, or like, let's go to the park. So, yeah.
I feel like what you were saying about not wanting your daughter to, like, you don't want to, like, ruin kind of like the childhood.
I really don't.
But you
Stresses me
also,
out.
you know, want to keep her realistic about stuff like that. I feel like that's something that me and my husband talk about a lot when it comes to when we have kids. Like, even just like, because he wants to start the kids early on like learning, because, you know, he's very, if you know, you know, he's very likes to learn. Yes.
Yes, he does.
Likes to know things, likes to do stuff like that. So he's like, oh, I want my child to start learning early and start, you know, excelling quickly. But he's saying, like, in his case, like, he started learning early, and that kind of like took him out of that like imagination part of your childhood, and like, because you have to like start thinking more logically and like solving problems. And he's like, when we talk about it, it's definitely like a battle to be like, well, are we going to let them be a kid?
There's
or
a balance.
Are we gonna drill school into them, you know what I mean? Or just like the real world.
And it really is a balance that you have to kind of figure out. And like the kids nowadays are so different. Like, you know, like when I was going to school,
the world is so different.
The world is so different. And so it's just a thing. But I just feel like with girls, it's so much harder to make sure that they know like the realms of like making other little girlfriends. Yeah. Because girls can be mean.
And the thing is, it's like with girls, sometimes they don't, it's like they always say girls, you know, fight silently. Yes. Which I don't understand why.
Why we do or why they say that.
Yeah, I don't understand why, like, we do.
I don't know, but it's vicious. And if you don't know, like I have so many conversations with my daughter's dad, and I feel like he just thinks it's like one way, and sometimes girls are just like rainbows and puppies, but it's like, no, like the silent issues you would never be able to read up on because, no offense, you're a man. Yeah, exactly. Like you have to be a woman to peep it, and then once you peep it, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, like,
now I gotta,
because we analyze everything.
Yeah, of course.
So we're like, oh.
And now it's like I gotta outdo this bitch because you're what you won't do.
Yeah, and it's just weird because like I feel like as a man, like you just will not just stop being their friend.
Yeah, you just wouldn't. Like I feel like dudes get over their conflict resolution is out of this world because they just get over shit. Like me, I'm holding on to that shit for a little bit.
Yeah, like I feel like as a woman, I feel like women make. I mean, I don't want to speak for all men. It's not all men.
Of course not.
But I feel like women just tend to have deeper relationships with their other girlfriends. And there have been like studies proven that like women do have deeper relationships with their girlfriends than like their partners.
Yeah. And I feel like we're getting off topic, so let's
Yeah,
bring it
we
back
are.
in. But that is such a good point, because one of my like deal breakers for the next person that I date is that you have to get along with my friends. And I don't mean like you have to like be buddy go shopping with these hoes. I didn't say that, but you know, like you definitely have to like respect them and definitely respect the time I share with them, because I want you to have that too.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to ever date somebody again where they don't have any friends and I'm their only friend.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
never want to do that again. So I'm always like, where are your friends at? How often do you hang out with these people?
Because then they get controlling.
Yes, and I've had that, and this person has tried to isolate me from my friends, and I was like, fuck no. These bitches is the reason I'm still breathing.
Yeah, we're humans. We gotta socialize.
Yes, absolutely. And me, social butterfly. So I'm like, nah, I gotta keep the girls around. But okay, what do all our best friends have in common? I like that. All right, next question. Okay, ooh, I like this one. When do your friends come to you for advice? I was gonna say my friends come to me all the time for advice, I feel.
Oh, I feel like you're a good friend to go to for advice.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I barely have my life together. But you know what's so crazy? I've been like that since a child. Like my mom could tell you, like there are plenty of times where like my like little like friends from school would like call the house phone, the landline, call the house phone.
That's crazy.
Right? I know, crazy. And I had like a little like phone in my room, so I had like a little pickup
That is so
phone
cute.
as well. It was so cute that my dad like put
Yeah.
in the phone line.
Mm-hmm.
It's adorable. My mom's a hater. But my dad put in the phone line in my room. And so whenever somebody would call the house phone, he'd be like, Ash, like, your friend's on the phone for you. So I'd pick up the
that's so
phone myself.
cute.
And my mom would be listening in on the phone
course.
in her room, like, trying to peep game, I guess. And I would, like, be telling, like, my friends, like, I'd be giving them, like, all this natural just wisdom and advice about their little boyfriends.
Yeah.
Ask me if I had a boyfriend.
Did you have a boyfriend?
Fuck no, I didn't have no fucking boyfriend. Like, I don't know this shit. Like, I'm
Right.
just talking out my ass. But my friends was always, you know, they would always eat it up and be like, Ash, you know what?
I feel like you're just so
You want
easy
it,
to
you
talk
right.
to.
I've heard that.
And I feel like the Hoochies and Hooligans can agree.
I hope
From what
so.
they've already seen.
I truly hope so. I am pretty easy to talk to. I like being that way.
I would tell you anything.
If you kill somebody, would you tell me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You know
I think
what?
I would.
Okay.
Well, I don't
I
know.
like that. All right.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yikes. Why? Do you feel
Well,
like I'd call the police?
I feel like I feel like it's like a me thing. Like
Okay,
I would
fair.
just not tell anyone
Oh, okay.
because the more people you tell,
Of course.
you know, the more likely something's gonna happen. I feel like I wouldn't want to bring
What do
you
you
into
mean by
it.
What do you mean by that?
I'm like, I can answer this question easily.
I'm like, you know what? Yeah, maybe.
I just wouldn't want to bring you into it
I appreciate that.
because I feel
Okay.
like you have a daughter.
I got a lot to lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't go to jail.
I can't. Because who's my daughter's going to stay
Right.
with?
If the police questioned you, and you would have to say something.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I probably would. Yeah. For my daughter,
Yeah.
I may have to throw you under the bus a little bit.
Exactly. So
Like, I know exactly what that bitch
for
is.
that reason, you're out now.
No, that's fair. No, that's honestly, do it to protect yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More so, not me.
I wouldn't kill someone though.
Yeah, I don't think you would. I think if you ever did, it'd be like out of self-defense.
For the record.
For the record, just in case anybody was wondering,
Yeah, JK.
keep an eye on Shay. She's the maniac.
I'm the maniac.
Next question.
Wait, hold on. Let me adjust my palms.
Wow, you can really dance.
Wow. You can really dance.
It goes. It goes. All right, that's great. Our next question is, what's been your favorite age so far?
Oh, yes. Okay. I feel like I always reminisce about my junior year of high school because I feel like that's when I had a lot of friends that I hung out with a lot and like we just all really had a good time together. And it was kind of like my theater friends.
Okay.
And yeah, like I feel like after junior year, like a lot of people, because I was friends with like a lot of seniors, so they kind of graduated. Like it wasn't the same my senior year as it was my junior year. And I just like love to think about that, because like we would just, there's like one of your friends has a car.
Right.
So then we all like, she picks all of us up and then we go get like fucking bagels and like have a picnic and then go to the beach later. Like we just do whatever we want to do like as
that's
kids.
cute.
And I really want to like chase that again.
I like that. That's adorable, actually. Aw. I would say I have a couple of favorite ages, but probably my favorite, I would honestly say was, I would probably say when I first got to college. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say like 18 or 19. And that's because I was really like developing myself and like finding myself, finding who I was, who I wanted to be without the influence of like my mom.
Right.
And I had just started getting better mentally since my dad had passed a few years before then. Mm-hmm. And I moved out of New York. So it was like a bunch of news for me at one time. And I really enjoyed college. I feel like even though I went to a PWI, aka predominantly white institution, but even though I went through a PWI, I made some really great friends and lifelong friends and friends I still talk to this day. And honestly, I feel like college was such a vibe for me because I wasn't living under my mom. Like, I had my own things going on. Granted, it wasn't a clean self-discovery. I definitely had some hiccups along the way. But honestly, it was a lot of fun. So I would probably say like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, like my sophomore year of college.
Okay.
Yep, that was my
18,
jam.
19 for you and like 16 for me.
16 for you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, 16 was not a good age.
Yeah.
For
I
me.
mean, it was a lot of bad stuff during that time as well.
But there's a lot of good with the bad.
I feel like, not to like shit on my childhood, but I feel like I don't like any of my ages.
Really?
Like I look back and like I never would want to go back to any age. Like I feel like whatever age I am now is like probably the age.
The top tier age.
I feel like I like my age now a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've grown a lot over the years.
I would agree. I feel the same way about my current age too.
Yeah.
I feel very excited for this year.
For this year in particular.
Yes, I feel
I
so
thought that was gonna
excited.
be. I thought it would be corny to say that.
No, it's not corny at all. I'm very excited for this year because I have a lot of like things I'm praying for this year. Mm-hmm. And I was actually talking to one of my friends about it, and she was like, because I was like, I have a feeling it's gonna be a good year. And she was like, well, I'm not going to say it's going to be a good year because last time I said that, COVID happened. Mm. And I was like, yeah, best if you don't fucking say it because we don't need that. But I was like, I'm going to say it. And I was like, well, at least what I will say is I'll pray that this year is going to be a good year. Mm. And she was like, I rock with that. And I'm like, okay, I think that's going to be my motto. It is going to be a good year, but really I pray that it's going to be a good year because I just feel like this year is different. I don't know what's in the air.
No, I completely agree. I feel the same way about this year.
I don't know what it is.
Like how people say this year's going to be my year. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I just feel like this year's going to be good.
Yeah, me too. I feel like this year's going to go up. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a good year. But, okay. Next question. Let's see here.
You should take one from your...
From
Preguntas. Yeah, from Preguntas.
Okay, let's see here. Do you want to pick a random question, 1 through 26, or I feel like that's more fun. So pick a number 1 through 26.
Well, my favorite number is 8. So.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is kind of deep.
Okay.
And I do ask this to strangers.
To strangers.
Yes, I do. I do.
I'm going to be like, I'm not comfortable answering.
We could change the question if you want, but do you believe your life is predestined?
I thought you were going to say, do you know the Muffin Man?
It's so much more deeper than that. I don't know why. Now that I'm thinking
even
about
the beginning half of the question is already like crazy.
Now that I'm thinking about these questions, I'm like, I wonder if people really are sitting here like, there's something wrong with this bitch.
They're definitely, when they go home, they're like, yeah, I talked to this crazy ass girl.
They're like, she got really deep out of nowhere. Like,
that girl's probably on drugs.
Yeah, I more than likely am. Yeah, if you're talking to me, I'm probably high as a kite asking these fucking questions.
All right, I'm prepared.
Okay, all right, okay. All right. Do you believe your life is predestined? I'm sorry. Do you believe?
Don't look at me when
I'm
you read
trying
it.
not to. Do you believe your life is predestined, or do you believe in complete free will?
This question, bro. Wow.
Type shit.
Okay. Do I believe my life is predestined, or do I believe in free will?
Complete free will.
Complete free will.
Or both. Do you believe in a mix?
You know, I think I believe in a mix. Predestined is such like a heavy
Word.
word. I would say what I believe is that when we are young and we're kind of molded into, I don't want to say molded, because I do believe that even babies like immediately have a personality.
Me too.
So what I think is that, like, at our core, like, our personality and what like we are born with sets us up for certain things, and for us to like want to follow certain things. Take a sip of my brisk.
Yes, take your time, Pastor. You're gonna have to blur that name out.
Right.
You know, don't want any.
Take a sip of my beer.
It's like completely blurred out. Like we put the thing.
we edited a paper bag over it.
It's like poorly edited. It's like not even following around. That's hilarious.
Okay, well, I think we are all born with a personality. Yes. Obviously, our childhood shapes us as well. But I think at our core, who we are kind of determines, you know, what we're going to be interested in life. And like when the free will comes in, I think that ultimately we mostly have free will. Yeah,
I would agree with you. I think it's a mix as well. Like, I think that we do have free will. And I also feel as though that, like, we have free will, but our free will is, like, almost, like, predestined in a sense to, like, what the big man upstairs has in store for us. You know what I mean? At least I believe that, you know, with my own religious views, which I won't get too deep into here. But I do feel like your life is, you do have the choice of free will to decide exactly what it is that you want to do.
Like, whatever choice you make, like,
will lead you.
But it's kind of like one of those, like, choose
like your
your own
predestined path.
Yeah, it's like your choose your own adventure game. Like,
yes,
it's like it has different, like, outcomes.
Yes,
but
exactly.
You are making the choice.
Exactly. And I'm going to be honest, I love those games.
Me too.
Like, have you ever played Life is Strange?
No.
So fucking good. It's so good. I've never played it. I watched gameplays of it because I'm a freak like that.
Oh, I love watching people play video games.
Me too. Me too. I'm telling you, my future man. I'm telling you, my future man.
He's a streamer. He's
a
the one
streamer.
playing video games now.
He's playing video. I'm just going to sit in the back. Like, we don't even need to talk. I just want to watch you play. You know what I mean? Until you start doing like that, like crazy, like rage quit and shit. Then it's gonna get on my nerves.
Ugly.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna get up and walk away. But
I love watching people play video games.
I love it too. I think it's so fun. Like Dashie, one of my favorite YouTubers.
I never heard of Dashie.
You never heard of Dashie XP?
Are they cool?
What? Dashie is hilarious. Any OG YouTubers know about Dashie XP.
Okay.
He is so funny. He got famous off of like his Facebook videos, and he would like make these voices and like do voiceovers for like the Mortal Kombat characters.
Okay.
And it was so funny.
That sounds so funny.
He has this one for like Baraka where I'm not gonna do the voice right now because it's so
We'll
funny.
insert a clip.
Okay. Yes, we have to because honestly, it's so funny. It's just so funny. Like.
I already have the handcuffs, so what do you say we all have a little menage a trois?
Yeah, I want you to watch it so that way we can reference it because it's really good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Kai Cenat just had him on his stream too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like,
the businessman Kai.
I said, Kai, good for you. Love that chat.
He's always yelling at his robot.
I know, I saw that. I was like...
treating his robot like his kid or something.
I'm like, how much money do you have, man? But, yes, I do believe the same thing. And I believe life is like one of those games.
That's crazy. Like, we're on the same page. I mean, it's not crazy because we're friends, but like...
I'm like, we're tapped in.
Yeah.
We're like... Okay. I am going to do my favorite number, which is 11.
Okay, 1111.
Yes, I feel like 11 is like one of my favorite numbers. Probably the favorite number. If I had to
It's an
pick
awesome
one.
number.
Thank you. It is. So is 8.
I love 8.
Yeah.
8.
We play the music. That little, the little Ice Spice music when you're doing
Yeah.
that. It's like, Okay, sorry. Too cunty. So question 11 is, do you believe in second chances?
Wow. That's also kind of deep. But like,
Dude, it's
what
just
do you
all
mean
up
by that?
here. Huh?
But like, what do you mean by that? Like, that's such an open-ended question.
Yeah.
Like,
that's kinda
second
why.
chances for
Anything.
anything?
Yeah. Like, do you believe in second chances? Or do you believe second chances are conditional? Like, it depends on the situation.
Okay. Wow, what a question. I definitely believe in second chances, but it definitely depends on what it is.
Fair.
Because, obviously, if you murder somebody, there's no
Oh,
second.
you bringing up the murder again?
Yeah, there's no second chances for that, obviously.
Mm.
Like, if you're doing something, like, really bad or illegal, like, just taking that out of the equation, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely believe in second chances. Because contrary to, like, popular belief, I do think people can change.
Okay.
Like, if they want to change.
Right.
And if someone's putting in that effort, I think then, and you personally can give them a second chance,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's awesome. I don't think it's cool to give someone a second chance if you're not ready to give them a second chance.
Agreed.
And then it's more so like you're making all of these, like, you hold it over their head and all of this.
Sorry. Didn't mean to beat up your
Just
wall.
break the set.
I'm like, she believes in second chances. Now, I agree with you. I do personally think that second chances, like, it is dependent on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I do think people can grow, but at the same time, I don't believe in second chances that bad.
Yeah.
Like, not that much, because it's like, yes, and I think that's just like a me thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, yes, I think that you can change, but I probably will be more reluctant to put you in a situation like that again,
Right.
where I need to see if the second time around your action will change or like what you said has changed, because like it's kind of hard to come back from something.
Yeah, I mean, it like, yeah, like I said, it definitely depends. Like, if it's something that, like, I'm never gonna look at you the same way again, that's really tough.
Yeah, that is really tough. And it's like, it's definitely, it has to be something like small. And I think that goes in with like trusting people and stuff like that. Cause like I have learned that I do have some major trust issues and probably stemming from my childhood. But I know that in order to grow, you can't just acknowledge a situation and then not put yourself in a situation similar to that to see if your discernment has grown. You essentially can't just be like, okay, well, I know better this time, and now you avoid that situation at all costs. Like, that's not how you
Yeah,
grow.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so I do believe in second chances. I'm just very weary about them. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but if you let me down twice, now it's a problem.
Yeah.
Now what's up?
I just think that sometimes, for me personally, I'm still working on that. So it's like, sometimes I just want to really make sure.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely want to make sure you don't fuck me over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you do,
I just want to make sure I don't, like, we're never going to talk again. Nah, but you know what
that's
I mean.
it. We're blocked.
Yeah.
Blocked immediately. Absolutely. I get that.
I definitely wanted to get into our Valentine's Day stories
Ooh.
and experiences since the holiday just passed.
True that.
If you guys haven't checked it out already, we did have a red flag, green flag Valentine's video.
We'll link it here.
Yeah, it will be in the description.
It'll be in the description.
Definitely check. Definitely check that out. I think it was cute.
I agree.
It was fun. It was fresh.
Fun, fresh, funky. Do you feel like you have a Valentine's Day story that's like your favorite Valentine's Day memory? Like of all time? Like best Valentine's Day date?
I do. I have
Okay.
I have one.
I have one too.
Okay. So I was in high school.
Oh my God, mine's from high school
Really?
too. Yes. Twinning up.
I don't remember what year it was. I want to say it was my junior year. Junior year was just it.
Okay.
It was that year for me. And I was dating this guy at the time who, like, it's like probably like one of like my best relationships, like from my past. And he had told me that he was going to take me out for Valentine's Day.
Cute.
Yes. And it was one of those situations that was like, you know, wear something fancy. You know, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Like, it's a surprise. And I looked really cute. I'm going to insert a photo of how I looked. So he came to my house because he drove. He actually didn't have a license, which was hilarious. He just drove without a license. I don't know how he didn't get caught. But
hanging out with those bad boys.
Right. He really wasn't.
Oh.
That was like that.
He was like hella square.
Yeah.
Like super vanilla.
That was like the worst thing he's probably done.
Really?
Yeah, probably. Well, no, there's actually he actually should I air out the tea? No.
I don't know. Should you? How bad is it?
No, I'm not going to air out the tea.
Okay, don't air it out.
I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah, good.
You know what you did. No, I'm just joking.
We know what you did.
Officer.
We're coming after you. Officer?
That's like our new tagline.
I love that.
But so he shows up to my house and he has like a truck and I see this big ass teddy bear in the back of his truck. Like me sized.
Cute.
Teddy bear.
Okay.
And I always wanted a big ass teddy bear. So like he's already starting the date off good off a rip, right?
High note.
He got the flowers and everything. I'm like, wow, this is like my first, I think it was like my first Valentine's that was really like, oh, like I'm going out for Valentine's Day. Like I have like a Valentine. So that was really sweet. And then he took me to the Columbia restaurant.
Oh.
Yes, which was very fancy for high school.
Very fancy indeed.
Fancy. Had a nice area. And that day they had like dancers and everything, like performing.
Did he pay for the dancers? Did he hire the dancers?
No. Probably no.
Right?
He was big balling.
Clearly.
But it was so good. Like I had the octopus and it was good. I kind of shit on the Columbia now. I don't know what happened, but back then it was fire. And we just had a really good time.
I like that. That's really cute.
Yeah.
Well, mine is also from high school. I think mine was junior year as well. Okay. Which, if you know my high school boyfriend, that nigga is crazy. now I know, but he really was a nut. But back then, you couldn't tell me anything. And I always, so I don't know if you're like a person like this, but I always had pet names for my significant others.
And like a different one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But the ones that like my like relationships that I really, really count have pet names that like are forever ingrained in me. Yeah,
and it's like that's theirs.
Yeah, like that's theirs,
yeah,
right?
Like, yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I should call him by his pet name, but essentially...
Right, like he's watching.
Yeah, he probably would be. He actually, I think, like... Yeah, I won't spill that tea.
Yeah.
I won't spill that tea. He might
Us
be.
trying not to spill the tea.
I know, he might. We're trying not to be messy on our first episode, but...
Right.
I will just say... He probably is watching. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like from a burner account. So,
hey
boo. But yes, so I'll just say his pet name. It doesn't matter to me. No one else is ever gonna have this pet name.
Exactly.
But so we used to call each other Bane.
Okay.
After
like the Batman character?
Like the Batman character, yes.
Okay, can you please explain that?
Absolutely.
What do you mean by that?
Because the first time, I don't even know how this like became a thing, but like the first time, because he's the first boyfriend I ever really smoked with. He's the reason why. He pretty much unlocked this demon.
Oh, okay.
Like this smoke demon within me.
I'm surprised I haven't heard about this.
He's one of my crazy exes. He's probably the craziest ex.
Okay.
So I guess I don't talk about him often. I don't know. I also just smoke a lot, so I think my memory is kind of like a little crazy up there.
Right.
But basically, he is the first person who like introduced me to smoking, and his sister did consider herself, a dyke. She called herself the HDIC, head dyke in charge.
Love that.
And I know I was like, girl. Yeah, okay, we got it. We get it. You eat pussy. Wow. We got it. But basically, we were watching Batman 3 which has Bane in it. And thanks to you. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah.
And we could not stop fucking laughing at the voice. The voice was just so dumb. Like, it's just a really bad voice.
He was really feeling himself.
And it just did not make any sense. Like, I'm like, why did you guys give him this? Like, it's just such a stupid voice. And so we were joking about it the whole time. And so we both tried to do the voice, like, in our regular conversation. And it was just so funny. Like, it just was, like, so dumb. And I was like, we just really bonded over how stupid that was and, like, just being high and just dumb. And so we called each other Bane after that. So
That's
we
cute.
were each other's Bane. But, which... if he does ever watch this, I do hope you're okay, Bane. No shade, no tea. But basically, we were in high school, and I really wanted to have, like, a really nice Valentine's Day. And so we, like, both, like, got each other, like, some really good stuff. Like, he went to Victoria's Secrets. I got some things, I think, from, like, GameStop or something, like, with our own money. Like, we, like, went out to, like, Red Robin, like, had a pretty good, like, dinner at Red Robin, like, got gifts that we actually both enjoyed with each other.
That's so
and, like,
sweet.
got a chance to just, like, I don't know, like, be two dumb young kids in love.
Yeah.
And so that was just really nice to have for, like, a first official, like, this is my high school boyfriend, like, Valentine's Day. And so ever since then, and we got each other, like, multiple gifts, but ever since then, like, I just really like Valentine's Day. Even though I don't have always the best story for Valentine's Day, I just really enjoyed that one. So yeah, that was it. And it was, like, it was just really nice and cute.
I just feel like, like, I love how, like, our favorites were our first.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's your first Valentine's Day.
Like, I'm always going to have, like, love and space in my heart for that moment because it
Yeah.
just was so cute.
Yeah, and it was like, in my case, it just felt like so, like, romantic. And I'm just like, I'm very much like, I love, like, a romantic gesture.
Me too. And it's like, you're young, you're trying to impress, like, your first love. Like, you think you know what love is and you're trying to figure it out. So you do these, like, grandiose gestures because you just want to make your person feel good.
Yeah, it's so sweet. I love it.
It was very sweet. Very, very crazy time, but it was very much needed. But yeah, so honestly, though, I will say I would love to know y'all's best Valentine's Day story. If you drop it in the comments, I would love to read a couple of them.
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah, like, I think you guys should. So please drop a comment down below about your favorite Valentine's Day story so that way we can read it and reminisce with ya, girl. Or guy, sorry. Hoochie.
Or hooligan.
Or hooligan. So now it's time for our last segment of this episode, which is called Hoochie or No Hoochie, where Shay and I will go back and forth between fictional characters, real life celebrities, niggas
Anybody,
we know,
really.
anybody, and decide if we think, based off of what we know about them, if they would be the Hoochie or not. So, Shay, you want to start us off?
All right, so the first person we have, or should I say car, is Lightning McQueen.
Okay. That's your first?
Yep.
All right.
How do you feel about Lightning McQueen?
I feel like he is a whore. I feel like that fame was definitely getting to Lightning McQueen.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
And so I think he's, like, top tier of the toppest tier Hoochie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like, I think he's a borderline
Yeah,
slut.
the way he was going after Portia
What?
was crazy.
He was so thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hoochie.
Yeah, Hoochie.
For sure. Extreme Hoochie at that.
High level Hoochie.
He's a high level Hoochie for sure. Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right, I like yours. Okay, so mine, I don't know if I want to go for my heavy hitter yet, so I won't. So I'm going to actually do my second tier, which is the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, the Statue of Liberty.
Have you seen the sexualized photos of the Statue of
Oh
Liberty?
my goodness, I have not.
Yes, that's that.
So which one are we talking about?
So we're talking about the Statue of Liberty, but just know
Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty, just know people definitely sexualize her for no reason. Mind you, they're
'cause she's a
sexualizing
woman.
freedom.
Because she's a woman.
Freedom. That's what they're sexualizing. Yeah, of course.
I think most Americans sexualize freedom. Clock it.
That was a word.
Yeah.
That was very profound.
I definitely think she is a hoochie.
Okay.
Because
What gives you that? Why would you say that?
Because I feel like being a hoochie is being free.
Okay.
And like what she symbolizes and what she stands for is really giving that for me.
Okay.
And I think she's a baddie.
I think she's a baddie too. I mean, she is a symbol of freedom.
Yeah.
Even though we're not free in America. But either way.
All right.
Sorry, had to just take it there. Had to make it political for a second. But either way, I guess I would consider her a hoochie, but I don't know. I kind of feel like she doesn't give hoochie, you know?
Yeah, I feel like she's like low.
Yeah.
I feel like she just makes the cut for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like she just makes the cut, especially because America's in shambles. So I'm like, is she really representing like she should be representing? Like a bad bitch would, you know?
Yeah.
I got a little bit of side eye for Lady Liberty.
Really? A bombastic side eye?
Definitely for sure.
Okay.
I'm like, Yeah, but are you really the baddest though?
Yeah, I agree. So I would say low level hoochie.
Low level. Very, very. She's like just making it.
Yeah.
Hoochie Jr.
Yeah. In training.
In training. Who's your next?
My next character is, or my next celebrity is Morgan Freeman.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. Wait. I was waiting for you to say that.
I could tell.
Ooh. Okay, sorry. I just had to collect myself. I'm sorry, Shay. Who?
Morgan Freeman. Hoochie or not? It's a simple question. Or hooligan.
Neither. I feel like he's an established gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he doesn't. I feel like Morgan Freeman has been around for eons.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's probably one of the oldest living people walking the earth, and I know he's probably like in his 80s, but I doubt that. I feel like Morgan Freeman and God are really tight.
He's been here.
Yeah, I feel like him and God are like besties.
That's why he was God.
Exactly.
That's why he portrayed
because he
him.
knows.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think he's not a hoochie.
Yeah, I think he's too, you know?
Mm.
You know what I mean? I
just thought we would throw a curveball in there. Just to make sure, you know, we was on the same
we're
page.
aligned.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. We're tapped in right now.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so then I'm going to go for my next person. Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet.
And you have to, when you put up the picture, it has to be his whole pink outfit that he just had.
Okay.
Have
With
you
the
seen
scarf?
it? I think so, actually.
Yeah, he has like a little scarf on. He looks like fucking Ryan from, that one.
This one, yes.
Okay.
His most recent one. He goes all pink at Berlin.
I don't know much about Timothy Chalamet.
That's fair. I think that's on purpose.
To be honest, not to be a hater, but I just don't fancy Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen much stuff from him, so I'm just gonna say no. Like,
That's
I feel
fair.
like he tries to be a hooligan, but I don't think that he's like at that level of hooligan.
That's fair.
Cause like I feel like he tries to have Riz, but I don't. I mean, me personally, I'm not getting the Riz.
That's fair. He has a very large digital footprint, and it's all random.
Yeah.
Like his whole digital footprint is completely random, and it's like all this extra crazy stuff that like you wouldn't think that he did, but he like does do. So for me, I do give him the hoochie because I'm gonna give him a hoochie because he just does wild shit. Like whenever I've seen some old videos of him, I'm like,
I do respect the hustle.
yeah, I'm like, I sit there and I watch him his old videos and his old like digital footprint, and I'm like, this is so crazy that he's such a growing established actor. But this was the shit that he was doing in 2015. Like, it just, brings a level of like humanness to him.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'll give you a hoochie pass for that. Also, I think he may be a little batshit crazy. So,
You
in a
think
good
so?
way. I feel like I'd hang out with Timothy. With Tim.
Tim.
Hit us up. Hit us up if you want to be on the podcast.
Come on the pod, yeah.
Yeah, you know, please.
Yeah.
Come on, Chalamet.
Even though I just shot on him. I really do not like Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, you're ruining our chances.
All right, my bad.
Please.
I love Timothy Chalamet.
Thank you.
He's profound.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad you're seeing the light.
But yeah, I think it's just me personally. It doesn't do it for me. But I can understand why you would give him the Hoochie Hooligan.
That's fair.
title.
We're going to have to get him on an episode where you're not here. You're like on vacation.
Yeah, like he'll just take my place.
Yeah, because you're ruining our chances deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's buying at you. Fuck with the Chalamet.
No, we'll just cut that part out.
It's too late. He must know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
He watches this. He's like, "Fuck."
He like leaves us a nasty comment from like a random
burner
Instagram.
account. It's like a fan account of his.
He runs his own fan account.
Timothy Chalamet's #1 fan.
Timothy Chalamet's #1 fan, ran by
Timothy
Chalamet. That's hilarious.
I love that.
It's just him with like a little mustache. That's funny. Okay.
Okay, so
Your
the
last
next
person?
Yeah, the next contestant we have is Bella Swan from Twilight. I know. I hate her too. I hate her so much. But when I first picked her out, I was like, oh, definitely not. But now that I've been sitting on it,
Okay, tell me why you why? What?
I think
Why do you think she is?
I think she's a hoochie because of how down bad she was for this man.
She was so down.
She
bad.
would do anything for this man. She was about to drown. She jumped off a cliff and tried to drown and almost killed herself to get this
She's
man.
about to die by that dick.
She did everything she could to get the man, and guess what? She got the man.
She did get him. Okay, for that very reason.
She got everything she wanted.
She technically did, which I can't fault her for. I just kind of feel like, wow, what a way to get it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what a messy ass way to get to it. But you know what? Hoochies, they get to the bag no matter what.
That's what I'm saying. She got to her goal, and I can't knock her for that.
I'm going to give her the Hoochie. I'm going to give her a Hoochie too. I think she definitely could be one of the Hoochies. For sure. For sure. Especially after she jumped off that cliff.
Right.
She almost died having that baby.
She was driving a motorcycle.
She was going in
At the movie theater, this guy was like, "You want to hop on?" She's like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah, she's like, "Get me on that motherfucker!" Like, and she's just seeing like images of him, like, girl, like he's like
she was locked in.
She was like, he's literally like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm riding on the back of this super dangerous motorcycle." Like, girl, slow down. Like, that dick had to be going crazy.
Yeah.
Had to be doing all that.
I mean, she didn't have the dick till they got married. Remember?
I know, but still,
But she knew.
she was locked in. Yeah, she knew. She
Yeah.
knew. She had a little telepathy going on.
Right.
And she's like, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to die by that
I mean, the way
man.
that room looked.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
and the sounds that were coming out of it, I'm like,
Yeah.
are you sure that just, is this like, is this 3 months of buildup, like, from the previous movies?
Right. Because they only knew each other for like, what, a year?
A year.
In the time span between all, like, the movies.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? And when you think about it, it's like,
If I was her dad, like,
where was her dad during majority of that? I feel like most of the time
sitting at
he
home.
was just like at home, like
pondering,
where the fuck is
sitting
my daughter?
at the table like this.
Yeah, he's like, where's my fucking? Isn't he like the sheriff of the town?
Yeah.
And the one person he can't find is his kid running around with all these fucking
He was
vampires.
just letting her do whatever because he just wanted her to like him, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like
I won't take the Charlie slander because I love Charlie.
I mean, yeah, but I really feel like he didn't have a handle on his kid.
Oh, he didn't.
He just didn't.
She left a note. She said, "Dad, I'm leaving.
She said, "Dad,
Don't look for me."
she said, "Dad, I gotta handle some business."
She comes back for her honeymoon with a child.
Almost a full-grown child.
Yeah.
Cause didn't she like age really fast?
Yeah. She's like, "This is our cousin. We're just taking care of her."
We're just
Charlie
taking
knew
care of
for
her.
sure.
Oh
Charlie
yeah,
knew.
for sure. He had to.
Yeah.
He's like, Bella, you've been gone for 2 weeks. I know you had a kid.
Right.
And this kid's almost 8.
He just wanted, like, to be able to deny
Literally.
it. He was like, don't tell me. I know something's going on, but I don't need to know the details.
He's just so unreasonably aloof from majority of the
Yes.
movies. Like, he's like, what's going on up here, Bella? She's like, nothing, Dad. He's like, all right. Checking on you in the morning. Like, bro.
He's like, why
she's a whole vampire.
Like, why don't you hang out with Jacob? Remember your good pal Jacob?
Bella, how you been, Loca? Right?
Yeah.
Is that one? Oh, man.
What
When
a
you
time.
look back at it, neither one of them were, like, hot options when you really think about it. Like, why did they push so hard that Taylor Lautner and Robert Pattinson were, like, the 2 hottest motherfuckers that you could choose between? Like,
Taylor Lautner didn't do it for me.
really? Neither one of them did. Are you saying that?
Am
Are
I
you
saying
saying
that
what I
I'm
think
team?
you're
Am I
saying?
saying that I'm Team Edward? Is that
Yes.
When I was a young teen, I was Team Edward. Rewatching the movies now, oh my gosh, he was terrible.
Yes.
He was terrible,
And he was gaslighting the fuck out of her,
Yes.
left and right.
I agree.
And you was just eating that up, huh?
I was eating it up. I was like, he's a vampire. I don't give a fuck about anything else.
You're like, I want to live forever.
He has cool hair.
I know, that's right.
I
He
was
sparkles.
I was like, let's go.
Honestly, not surprising. I also was Team Edward, but only for the first movie. Because when the second movie came back around,
And
I
it
was
was
like, man,
all
this guy's
about
kind of a
Jacob.
dick.
Yeah.
I was like, he kind of sucks.
Jacob was cool.
Jacob was cool.
I didn't hate Jacob.
I didn't hate him either.
Yeah.
I just kind of was like, the wolf pack was kind of doing a little too much for me.
Yeah, I didn't really like the wolf pack.
Yeah,
And I was
I'm
like, if
like-
I'm going to be in a family,
Yeah.
I would want to pick the hot vampires.
Yeah, no, for sure. That live forever.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
They got
kinda
this
like
government. They got like this
incestual
cool
a little bit,
crazy
'cause-
government. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't like the incest kind of it. Because they all like kind of give like brother, sister, but they're all kind of like also fucking each other.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I mean,
I don't know about you,
I like
Alex.
to look at it as like a bunch of friends that live together, because they weren't really.
They weren't really family, but they treated. I mean, I guess
They just acted like a family as a cover.
I know, but it was. That's weird.
I know,
Because then you're like kissing your brother or your brother
right? At school,
at school, and everybody's like,
everyone's like they're all together.
they always sit
Those
together.
are the Collins.
Yeah, I would be like, yeah, those are the Collins for sure. Be careful around those motherfuckers, okay? They got some weird shit going on. Like, I wish there was
You'd be
more.
airing their tea out.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah.
Every new kid, you'd be just
Absolutely.
like them in the movie.
I'd be talking so much shit about those motherfuckers at lunch. I'd be like, you seen that Edward Collins, right? That nigga don't look 50 years
I was
older,
Team
y'all.
Jasper.
Oh my God, with his eyes. You
Yeah.
ever seen on TikTok that
Yes.
one black girl that makes
Yes.
He was really like that. Like, he's just like,
Yes, it was crazy.
like stared in. Like,
when he tried to attack Bella, I was like, "Go off,
I'm telling you,
go off, Queen."
I wish there was like more like stereotypically African American characters in Twilight, because we for sure would have been.
What was his
Sitting
name?
there like-
what was his name?
These people are crazy.
What was his name?
Who?
The black vampire.
Oh, I don't even remember. But the one with the dreads that looks like Will.I.am.
Yes.
They did him so dirty. They did him so dirty when they killed him. What was that in the second movie? I think, right?
Was it the second movie or the first one?
I think it was the second.
Was it? No, it was the first movie. What, at the ballet studio? When they ripped
Yeah.
him apart?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that
was the first movie.
one?
Because the second one is when Edward tries to expose himself.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, I'd be in every scene like
Poor communication skills.
poor communication skills. I'm telling you, I literally would.
We can make a Twilight podcast.
I would have been in every fucking scene and been like, "You guys see this shit? These kids, these are not teenagers.
Right.
these are grown ass
These are
adults.
not-
They've been around for hundreds of years.
118.
Yeah, I'd be like, you guys don't fucking see this? Like,
How long you been 17?
for
A while.
How many times have you taken this chem class? 'Cause I know for damn sure these motherfuckers are
Why
not
would they
kids.
pick? Why would they pick to be that age?
That's what I'm
Why can't they
saying.
just be adults and then nobody has to give a fuck, because who gives a fuck about adults?
Exactly. Why did they all choose to be teenagers, especially when they don't look like teenagers?
It's giving PDF file.
I'm telling you.
Edward is giving PDF file.
Yes, he's 118 years old in a fucking chemistry class, like he's doing this shit for the first time, doing projects and shit. How many times have you done this project? Like, and how often did they go to that school? You ever thought about that? Like,
I think they said like they rotate.
They rotate schools in the fucking neighborhood. These people are predators. These people are why did we watch this and indulge in all of that crazy shit? These people are fucking predators. How many more teenage relationships was he getting into?
I don't think any.
This just turned into SVU. This is crazy. This is crazy. Who wrote the books? Who's the author again?
Stephanie Meyer.
We need to talk to her.
Right.
We need to be like, Steph.
Apparently, it was Twilight is a fan fiction, I guess, based off of My Chemical Romance.
Oh. That doesn't make it any better for me.
What are you trying to say?
No offense to My Chemical Romance, but what song did they romanticize?
I have no idea where she got that from.
Yeah,
that was all in her head.
Yeah, I feel like she's just a hater.
That was all in her head.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with the band.
I'm gonna have to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure that's true. Yeah. It's crazy.
That is crazy. Okay.
But anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, you have one last?
Yes, I have one last, and mine is Mary's mother from SpongeBob, the lady that they were trying to sell chocolates to.
What the fuck?
Yes,
the chocolate lady?
The chocolate lady, yes. And I have a few reasons why I think she might be a hoochie.
Okay. I definitely think she is. Because the way she reminisces about the chocolate.
She was doing some shit with that chocolate, dude.
Yeah. And didn't she want him to rub it
her skin
all over her?
Yes.
That's crazy. If my mother requested that, I'd be like, girl, what? What were you up to in your prime?
Not only did she want him to rub it all over her, she thoroughly hated on the chocolate, but still wanted to purchase it. She just was giving him a hard time. She was literally just giving them a hard time.
Okay.
And I love that for her.
Yeah.
I love that for her.
I just feel like when she's like, I remember chocolate, I'm like, oh, you remember a lot of shit that you
she
did with
does.
chocolate.
Look at how fucking old she is.
She looks like chocolate.
She's been through, for sure. She looks like she's been through a lot. Mm-hmm. She gives her daughter a hard time. Honestly.
I mean, she's an icon. The fact that she lived so long is telling me that she has been living young.
For sure, the whole time.
Yeah.
She reminds me a little bit of my mother.
I agree.
She reminds me a little bit of my mother.
Yeah.
And for that reason, and like my mom, love her to death, but I would consider my mom one of the Hoochies. Okay. Not saying anything about my mom, but
No, yeah.
She's one of the Hoochies, personally.
Yeah. You get it from her.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got to get it from somebody. Yeah, she reminds me of my mom, so I just kind of feel like, I feel like because I love my mom's an OG Hoochie. Not saying anything about her past, but,
yeah.
She just is because she is, and she's just been that bitch. I feel like she gives that bitch energy.
Okay.
Like, if they had edits on TikTok about her,
oh my goodness.
she would eat.
Yeah.
She's iconic. And
I feel
only
like she's a
icons
legend.
do iconic shit. Yeah, she is. She is who I would consider a legendary Hoochie.
We have to have like a
legendary. We have to have like a running list of legendary Hoochies,
okay.
and she to me is number one.
Okay, perfect.
Because she set the tone, and also who doesn't know that episode?
Exactly. You're right. She's an icon. She's a legend.
She's an icon.
She is the moment.
She was serving.
Mm-hmm.
She was serving near death, but she was serving nonetheless.
I'm glad that we have two fictional characters as like top tier Hoochies.
Absolutely. have got to be top
Yeah.
tier. Now, I wouldn't say Lightning McQueen. I wouldn't say Lightning.
He's not
is
legendary, but
Yeah.
he's definitely
But he's
a top
definitely
tier.
top tier.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to have a running list of
No,
like,
we will. I
the
feel like we
level
should
as
also
we-
have like a video where we like do like in real time do like a tier list of like maybe like a specific thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
for example, like tier list like SpongeBob characters, but like that's just an example.
Okay, I can rock with that for sure.
Whatever the Hoochies want.
Whatever the Hoochies want, please drop your suggestions in the chat.
Yes.
Drop them in the chat. Well, actually, no, in the comments.
Drop it in the comments.
Which reminds me, that brings us to the end of episode 1. Yay! Woo. Thank you guys all for tuning in to episode 1 with Shay and myself. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos and check out some of our other content we have going on. We're also on Instagram if you want to catch us on there. And with that,
And TikTok.
yes, we're also on TikTok.
We're on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
YouTube.
Also, you can follow Shay or myself on our own
Yes.
Instagrams.
Yes.
And, well, my TikTok's not popping, but you have a super popping TikTok.
Yes, you guys can follow us. I'll link everything down in the description below. So keep it fresh.
Keep it fly.
And remember, it's Hoochie FM. Till next time. Bye.
TM Jam.
I'm telling you, we
Tell
sound
me
so
what you
cool,
wanna
too.
do.
Looks good though, the angle.
No matter what the scenario is, Hoochies, be safe
Say one thing.
when he orders for you on a date. Is this a red flag or a green?
When people see or hear Hoochie FM, what
So what exactly